Hello everyone. So as promised, I'm making a video about Lovely Peaches. I was very torn in between whether or not I should even give this bitch life or not. But at the same time, it really fucking irritates me that she is allowed to have a platform. Like, it really irks my soul that she is so problematic and they let her have a platform. It's ridiculous to me. Like, they really ban people because of nudity and shit like that, but she's awful. I mean, she is terrible. So the first thing that I wanted to get into with her, and I will be inserting videos if I can learn how to edit, oh my god, but the first thing that I want to get into with her is how she got famous. And she basically got famous off of TikTok. Of course, children are the ones who made her famous. Oh, Jesus. So basically, she got famous off of TikTok because she would basically post these Q&As on Instagram, things like that. She had a viral song on TikTok. I'll insert that song too. Trash ass song, but you know, they're 12. They don't know better. So I'm going to insert that here.
Itching and burning. Stanky and fishy, stanky and fishy. Fishy and stanky, fishy and stanky. I got STDs. They make my coochie itching and burning. Stanky and fishy, stanky and fishy. Fishy and stanky, fishy and stanky. I got STDs. They make my coochie itch.
Okay, you heard that trash ass song. Terrible song. People were making TikToks to them and everything. Just ridiculously atrocious. So after she made that song and she was going live and doing all these Q&As, which the Q&As, I'm not gonna lie, are funny, but it's only because Brittany is stupid as shit. Like her answers to these questions, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, let me insert those here too. I'm gonna insert those right here, okay?
Your opinion on starting a race war. I don't know much about race cars, but I used to watch those little race car movies that used to be on Disney Channel. I'm not really into stuff like that, but if they want to race, then that's on them. Let them race. It looks fun. And it seems like a lot of people enjoy it, so why not? Let people enjoy themselves. Your opinion on the Beatles. I don't like Beatles because, like, if they crawl into my room or something like that, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So I don't like Beatles, to be honest. Sorry. How often do you pee? I try to pee as little as I can because that shit burns so bad and it's actually really painful for me. So, like, it actually burns when I do it, and that's why I try not to go. I try to avoid going as much as possible. But one thing about me, I drink a lot of fluids. Like, I love Powerades, I love lemonade, I love juices. So I love drinks. Like, I love. My favorite wings are, honestly, I really like buffalo wings. I don't like spicy. What do you think about Hitler? I don't know who that is or what he does. I'm assuming that's some kind of rapper, but I'm assuming he's some kind of big rapper. You could tell it's like a rapper name. Y'all come up with all type of names, but whoever he is, I'm sure he's amazing, right? Because I like his name, to be honest. Hitler.
Now y'all saw that shit. What the fuck? This bitch said, who is Hitler? Is he a rapper? Are you right wing or left wing? I prefer buffalo wings, bitch. I'm fucking dying from that shit. So she's funny in that regard. But when you start to dig and dive deeper into the inner machinations that is Lovely Peaches, you realize that she's kind of a fucked up individual. Like, very, very fucked up. So, I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram or anything, but if you're seeing this video, I did post on my story about her putting her own period blood on her face, even though it being her own period blood doesn't make it any better. What the fuck? But she basically put her own period blood all over her face, smeared it all over her face. She's been on live eating her own poop. Literally, I'm not even joking with you. She ate her own poop in front of her fans. And let's just stop to talk about her fans for a second, because her fans are despicable. Like, her fans are just as disgusting as her. They encourage this type of behavior. They'll be on her lives telling her to flash her coochie, and she was perming her hair, and they're like, oh, you should perm your coochie hairs. And I'm like, ooh, y'all just as trifling as this little girl. Y'all just as trifling. Okay? So, her fans are just disgusting individuals. And I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. If you're following this individual, if you support this individual, you are trash. You are trash, and I'm not sugarcoating your fucking feelings. So now we're going to get into the worst part of Lovely Peaches, which is her treatment of Cora. With Cora, Cora is her baby, and she's 3, maybe 4 now. But when all of this was going down, Cora was a baby, and Peaches would basically post things about her threatening Cora, of her saying she hates Cora, she called Cora a hoe, and things like that. Like, you could tell that she had a deep, deep hatred for her child.
Why everybody want to look at me stupid? I'm gonna tell my side of the story. Y'all always want to hear Cora's side. Well, hear my motherfucking side. The fuck? I don't even get a chance. My family judged me. The lady, the state tried to judge me, tried to press charges against me. First of all, how you press charges on someone who ain't do you nothing? Who the fuck are you again? Who? Because first of all, that's my motherfucking child. Nobody, and I don't care what nobody says, nobody can tell me how I should treat my child. You know why? Because she's mine, and I brought her into this world. And I hope she sees this too. I brought you into this world, ho. You ain't got no right to disrespect me. But like I said, I'm going to tell my side of the story. Okay? I'm going to tell my side. Let me tell you what happened that night. My dad, he was going to Home Depot or whatever, because he been watching her for a while. So he went to Home Depot or whatever. He said he'd be gone for a while. And I was stuck with that thing. And she kept crying, making noises or whatever. And I'm on Facebook or whatever, just scrolling on Facebook. And I see that my friends, they have a party going on. So I texted them or whatever. I said, what the fuck? You ain't going to invite me? Like, I want to come. I want to go out. I want to go out. So they're like, oh, ain't you with the baby? I'm like, okay, and what about it? What about it? And people listen to that and think I'm wrong, but I shouldn't have to sit down watching another human being all day. That's just being real. Do you want somebody sitting down watching you all day? You probably do, but I ain't the type of person that's going to sit down and babysit another human being. Like, I'm sick of that. I have to get your food for you. You have to change your shitty ass. Like, no. I ain't doing it for myself, but for whole another person wiping their shitty asses.
Important side note. So in a lot of these videos, you can tell that Peaches thinks that Cora can speak to her, or Cora's feeling things. She's basically projecting her own thoughts onto her child. She really thinks that she'd be having like whole conversations with Cora when she was 4, 5, 6 months old. So that's just important for, for later on in the video. All right. One time she actually leaked some text messages between her and another man. And it was basically about her pimping Cora out to him and some of his friends. Now, let me be very clear with you, and this is when we're going to start getting into something very, very serious, that Peaches does have a mental illness. She's a mentally ill individual. Her father has said this before she had Cora. She ran away a lot to other states. She became a teenage prostitute because of her running away and her having to make money for herself. So she suffers from a mental illness from the jump. And then you add a child into the situation to someone who is already not coping well with their mental illness. It's to the best of my knowledge, she's not on medications. It's to the best of my knowledge, most people don't even know where she is, where she lives. She's on the move constantly to the point where the cops can't even necessarily apprehend her because they don't know where she is at all times. So when you add a child into this type of environment, it's already going to be a bad situation. But that does not excuse the way that she treated Cora, period. She would pimp Cora out to men, according to her. This is what she would say. She would assault Cora. She would pinch her, beat her. She even has a video. I'm going to insert the videos on here, of course. But she even has a video of her admitting to doing it on tape. She even talked about killing Cora on tape, on her live, for her fans. Because, again, her fucking sadistic ass fucking fans they're encouraging her to beat her child. They're encouraging this type of behavior to the point where she made 3 parts of a video to talk about her abuse and neglect and disrespect of Cora Miracle.
We got into it so bad one day. We was arguing, and I mean, she deserved it, so I can't really get sad because she deserved it. But we was arguing back and forth, and I punched her. And that wasn't the first time I ever punched her. I normally never punched her that hard, but things just got really out of control. So I punched her, and we was just arguing back and forth, and she didn't fight me back. She was literally just laying on the bed, looking at me, slapping her. I was whamming that hoe. I was beating that hoe up. And she can't fight though, so she ain't fight me back because that hoe cannot fight. Not one time has Cora ever put her hands on me. She can go hard at the mouth, but she can't fight. She can't back up none of the shit she say. So she ain't fight me back. She was just looking at me, beating her. She was just crying her eyes out, literally crying her freaking eyes out. So I was beating that hoe up. She was crying her eyes out, and I kind of went overboard, and I got so freaking angry with her, and I grabbed her by the throat, and I choked that hoe for about a minute straight. Eventually, I started to see her lose motion in her eyes, so I did stop, and it wasn't intentional, so it's not my fault. Mistakes happen as parents, and I'm a teen mother. Teen moms are terrible parents. This is what happened this is what happens to teen mothers. This is what happens to teen mothers. Teen mothers aren't good moms. I'm proof of that. So anyways, she started to lose motion in her eyes. She had 8 not that long before this fight. She wasn't burped, so I'm guessing that probably has something to do with why she stopped breathing.
But this bitch has a fucking platform. Disgusting. Just disgusting. I just cannot believe that this person has a platform. Wow. So after Cora, now we fast forward a bit because she doesn't have Cora. Cora lives with their grandparents. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord, because Peaches had no business even having a child at all. And you can be one of those people that's like, oh, well, she's just trolling. I don't give a fuck what she's doing. You could be trolling if you fucking want to, but when you bring an actual physical child into the trolling, that's on the verge of being a negligent parent. Like, for real. For all, you could be saying she was trolling, but for all you know, this is completely 100% true. Except for the part about her killing Cora. Because Cora is alive, to the best of our knowledge. To the best of our knowledge. The next thing is that she basically still does all of this shit. Like, nothing has changed for her. As recently as 3 weeks ago, she went live with Malu Trevejo, another controversial individual who shouldn't have a platform, but it is what it is. So she went live with Malu Trevejo, and she ended up showing her kitty cat on Malu Trevejo's live. And Malu is 17. She's a minor. She's 17. And she wasn't expecting this at all. And you can see it in her reaction. I'm going to put that in here too.
Why are you slapping him? Yo, you need to check yourself on some love. You need to check yourself. Bro, what the fuck you smoking? What the fuck are you smoking? Bro, this bitch Peach came and showed her fucking pussy on live. The bitch that came to my house, I was like, why the fuck? I know, bitch, but that shit got me by surprise. What the fuck is that? Did you saw
And she
it?
also did it to Sky Jackson, but I don't have the video of Sky Jackson on Sky Jackson's live, so I can't share that with you. But she's just gotten to a point where it's so bad. It's so bad. She was at Malu's house before the live that she joined with Malu. She was at her house, outside her house. She went to Bad Baby's mom's house, and she was talking to Bad Baby's mom, Danielle Broccoli, whatever, what have you. And it's just escalating right now. Like, she's escalating. And that's what people are not getting, is that it's all fun and games with it's all social media, and if she wants to talk about her child, people clearly don't give a fuck about children because they're like, oh, she's just trolling, she doesn't even have Cora, so who cares? This individual is escalating her issues. She is escalating the way that she portrays herself. It's gotten to a point where she needs some type of intervention. Like, she really needs, one, for Instagram and TikTok, all these platforms that she uses, they need to shut down her platforms. They need to shut down her profiles completely. She should not be on social media with hundreds of thousands of fans encouraging her, egging her on. Her fans in the comments talking about, yeah, go to Bad Baby's house and beat her ass. Yeah, go to Malu's house. Oh, you sneaking in her house? Ooh, get something for me, girl. Fucking terrible, toxic environment. Something needs to be done. Something needs to be done, and it's so sad that there'll be channels where they'll talk about pro-blackness, they'll talk about black excellence and uplifting ourselves, or they'll even have light nudity, you know, like people that show stuff on Instagram. They'll be like, oh, that's too much ass, and they'll take it down. Or there'll be profanity, and they're like, oh, that's not family friendly, so we're gonna take this down. But this bitch gets a platform? She gets to keep her stuff? That's insane to me. That's ridiculous to me. I just can't. I really can't. That's what I had to say on this. If y'all have anything to say, please let me know. I don't want anyone giving this bitch's page traffic. I don't want you going to her profile. I don't want anyone even having the opportunity to follow her. I'm just trying to inform. I do not want to give her attention. I just want you to know to the extent how bad she is and that she has no business in the public eye. All right? All right.